So I'm back with another video. I haven't uploaded in quite a bit. I'll just tell you right now, I got sick, but at least I'm back again, and this time I want to tell you guys a little story of the time that I shook the Oklahoman governor's hand. Yes, this did happen, and it happened somewhat kind of earlier this year, but I think back in January or early February, back before all of this stuff started. Basically, what we were gonna go ahead and go to a little STEM thing, and we were gonna be talked to by the Oklahoma governor, making us go to college, telling us, yeah, do this and do that, and, you'll be successful, give me money, you know? And that's basically all the setup you really need for the story. So, we just took a bus over to the place. So, we went to see all sorts of projects, like people's coding and all sorts of engineering shit. And they were all really nice. They were all pretty cool. Me, myself, I was gravitated to people's code because, you didn't know this about me. I code. I know quite a fair bit about computer science and computer engineering. And what I mean about that is I know a pretty good bit, but there's a whole lot that I don't know. So either way, we were just talking, walking around, and I was talking to some of my old friends from different grades. And I'd say, like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes into the thing, we were all called to the middle of the community college that we were going to because that's where the STEM Expo was being held. And we were getting a talk by the Oklahoman governor himself, Kevin Stitt. Now, he was giving us the generic talking about your future, going to college, all that. Something that's really expensive to do. And he's like, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. So either way, he stood there talking to us for like 10 minutes, and we were all getting pretty bored. He was just doing a generic motivational speech that, well, let's be honest, everyone's heard at this point. Like, oh, you'll do fine. Oh, go to college. Oh, everything. And I could barely hear him because I was standing at the back. I could see him all right since I'm a tall son of a bitch. Like, when I say that I'm a tall son of a bitch, I mean it. I'm pretty tall. So I could see him just fine, but I could barely hear him. So at the end of his whole speech, he just came out and he was thanking us. He brought out a couple more people to speak, but they didn't speak for as long as he did. And soon enough, he left. He left out the front door, like most people do. I don't know why I decided to add that in there. It's just that this place had a lot of fucking doors. There were like 92 doors, and I could barely figure out which one was the front door. Eventually, the teachers made us stumble our way back into the lobby through the main hallway, which is where I saw Kevin Stitt, the Oklahoman governor, and he was shaking people's hand. He was giving everyone the whole hand job. Going up and down, saying hi, how you doing? So eventually he came up pretty close to me and I was like, is this man really gonna shake my hand? Should I really, is he gonna stick out his hand for me to shake it? And am I gonna reject him? Like, is he gonna stick out his hand and be like, sir? I'll just pull my hand back as he's grabbing my hand. I'll just nod my head no, but I didn't do that. I did not do that. Instead, I put my hand out, and he put his out, and we shook hands. And let me just say, the amount of fucking meat on that handshake, it was massive. Pretty big hands. He has pretty big hands. Like, that was a firm, meaty fucking handshake. And I'm sorry if I'm cursing a lot, but that's how it was. So as we came outside and walked back into the buses from whence we came, we all, we were all pretty bored. But not me. I was feeling like the fella. I just got my hand shook by the governor of Oklahoma, which if you don't know, that's where I live. That's the state where I currently live in. So it was basically alright. And on the bus ride back to the school, we just barely did anything. We talked, we sung the wheels on the bus go round and round, because that's always what you do on a bus. It's kind of childish, but I mean, it's sort of tradition at this point. Everyone just needs to do it whenever they're on a school bus. So anyway, the bus gets near our school, and we're about to head back in, and we're all getting off the buses. But remember that part about me saying that I'm a tall son of a bitch? Well, I hit my head on top of the bus's ceiling as I'm getting off, and I just like bonk my head, and it hurts because it wasn't just like a tap. It was like okay, it was like this. That's how it was. It was not a bonk. It was like a full on assault on my head. Would I say that would have ruined my day? Maybe, but it didn't. Cause I came out of that bus not only feeling like the fella, but also feeling like my head is on fire because it hurts and now I have a headache. So either way, yeah, that was the story on how I shook the Oklahoman governor's hand. Now I know it was a pretty tame story, but I just want to say that because it makes me feel a bit cool. But goddamn, let me just say right now that handshake was pretty meaty, not gonna lie.